right, we are going to look at these last two word problems. We are going to write in two equations, and then I'm going to use the substitution method with you to solve it. Number 6, suppose a model airplane club publishes a newsletter. Expenses are 90 cents for printing and mailing each copy, plus $600 total for research and writing. The price of the newsletter is $1.50 per copy. How many copies of the newsletter must the club sell to break even? Okay, expenses. So we have two things I see. We have expenses and we have some dollar amounts, and we have a price with some dollar amounts. So we're not going to be able to do like all the money in one equation and then numbers in the other, because this one has money on both sides. So let's write one equation for the expenses. Okay, I also see here that X is the number of copies. So I got 90 cents for printing and mailing each copy. So that's going to go with X, plus $600 in total research. So that's kind of like a one-time fee, whereas the 90 cents occurs for every single copy. All right, Y is the total cost. So this is saying that the total cost of all of the expenses are 90 cents plus 600. So I'm going to write my first equation, 0.90x plus 600. Okay, that's just, there's no variable attached there. And then that is just going to equal Y. So 90 cents per copy plus the $600 gives me the total cost. Okay, I am done with the 90 and the 600. Now let's move on to the price. The price of each newsletter is $1.50 per copy. So there's that copy again. So $1.50 goes with X. So I've got the price of each copy. So $1.50 times X is just the price, or the total cost. Okay, so there is my equation, my two equations, I should say. So I'm going to do some substituting. So I'm going to go like this. Because 0.9x plus 600 is Y, wherever I see a Y in the second equation, I can plug that in. All right, so I am going to have here 1.50x equals, instead of writing equals Y, let's write what we're plugging in. So I'm going to go ahead and switch colors here. Okay, so I'm just simply replacing what Y is equal to into the second equation. Now notice there's nothing but X's here. So let's solve for X. I'm going to move the 0.9 over to the other side. Okay, that's going to cancel out to 0. So I've got 1.5 minus 0.9. Let's see, basically $1.50 minus 90 cents. So that's 0.6 or 60 cents. Oops, I forgot my decimal point. Let me fix that. 0.6x is equal to 600. And then now let's divide. Divide by 0.6, divide by 0.6, because those cancel out to be 1. So x equals, so 600 divided by 0.6 is 1,000. Okay. How many copies of the newsletter must the club sell to break even? So I am trying to figure out how many copies. Well, the variable that goes with copies is X, and I just calculated the X variable. So the answer to this is 1,000 copies. Now, if it also went on to say, how much will that cost? Well, then I would go ahead and plug in 1,000. Okay, so I might go ahead and do that here just to finish this out. So if I plugged in 1,000 to the second equation, I would have 1.5 times 1,000, and that's going to give me my Y value. That's going to tell me the total cost. So if I do 1.5 times 1,000, I get 1,500. And that's going to be the total cost. Okay, so it doesn't ask me to do that, but if it did, then I would just plug it in and continue on. Okay, let's move on. Number 7. Reese is having a 16th birthday party. Her mom is going to order 20 large pizzas, cheese and pepperoni. Cheese pizza cost $5.50 each, and pepperoni pizzas cost $7.25 each. Let X be the number of cheese pizzas, and Y will be the number of pepperoni pizzas. If the total bill will be $125.75, how many of each type of pizza were ordered? Okay, I have 2 types of pizza. So let's go ahead. I guess it tells me here. I'm going to say X is the number of cheese, Y is the number of pepperoni. So I have some pepperoni and some cheese, and then I also know how much it costs. So I can go ahead and follow that idea that I can put all the money into one equation and the numbers of pizza in the other. So let's do numbers. So I have some cheese plus some pepperoni. Well, how many pizzas were ordered altogether? 20. Okay, maybe it's 10 and 10. Maybe it's 15 and 5. Okay, let's do money now. Let's do cheese is $5.50, pepperoni $7.25, and we spent $125.75. So cheese goes with X. So $5.50 times X plus pepperoni is $7.25 times Y, a total of $125.75. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do substitution on this one. I don't have X or Y isolated, but I can easily do that if I take this first equation and I'm going to solve for, let's just solve for Y. So let's move X to the other side. So take away X from both sides. Then I have Y equals 20 minus X. So what I can do then is take the value of Y, find Y in the second equation and plug it in. So I can plug in 20 minus X right there. All right, let's rewrite equation number 2. So I'm going to have $5.50 times X plus 7.25, but I have to plug in what Y is equal to. It's equal to 20 minus X. Okay, and then let's write the rest of the equation down. Equals 125.75. Distribute. So I have 550X plus, so 7.25 times 20 is 145. And then don't forget to multiply times the second one. So minus 7.25x equals 125.75. I can combine like terms here. So 5.5 minus 7.25 gives me negative 1.75. And then write the rest of the problem down. Plus 145 is equal to 125.75. So isolate X. So we are going to take away 145 from both sides. So that gives me negative 1.75x equals, so 125.75 minus 145 is negative 19.25. And then one more step here. Let's divide off negative 1.75. And let's see what we get for x. So negative 19.25 divided by negative 1.75 is 11. Okay, so let's figure out what we just calculated. X was the number of cheese pizzas. So I'm going to just stay right here and write 11 cheese pizzas. So we could actually plug it into an equation, or if you just go back to the top, right here, x plus y equals 20. So if there were 20 pizzas that were purchased and 11 of them were cheese, well, let's just take that 11 away from 20, and that will give us 9 pepperoni. Okay, so if you have an idea of what your topic is about, then you don't have to necessarily like plug in numbers to calculate. I just know that if I have 11 and I need 20 altogether, there's 9 left. So I'm going to circle that. 11 cheese pizzas, and we have 9 pepperoni to finish things off. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know.